Tourists. Huh. These are the kinds of people that are making the good people of Wuhan nervous these days. Good morning from Wuhan, China. Tourists, not these tourists, but a tourist, really created a stir in Wuhan this week. Let me tell you the story. It's pretty amazing. In one of my favorite noodle places, there was this situation this week with COVID. In a way it was kind of funny, but in another way, of course, anything having to do with COVID is very serious. This guy traveled by train from Jiangxi province, which is a neighboring province to Hubei province, where I am. Wuhan is the capital. And he sat next to a guy who was later found to have been COVID positive. So of course now he has been traced and he has to do 14 days quarantine, and anyone who came in contact with him has to do it. Long story short, he came to Wuhan as a tourist, and he did all these tourist things in like 24 hours, including going to my campus, which, if you know from my videos, it's a gorgeous campus, and it's basically a tourist stop in Wuhan. And so he was on the campus for a couple of hours, rented an e-bike, zipped around, then had lunch right outside the gate at this smelly noodle place. And I mentioned smelly noodle because Summer was concerned that I had run into him. But of course, I never go to the smelly noodle place. I go to, well, the Lanzhou La Mian, the hand-pulled noodle place, which was right across the street. But I wasn't there that day. That was a few days ago, and thankfully, I wasn't on campus that day. I didn't cross his path, and they're not going to find me and isolate me. So all is good. I just, I'm sure, no, I'm not sure that he's going to be fine. Who knows? He was in close contact with a guy who was later found to be COVID positive, and who knows what his fate is. But it engendered a fair amount of excitement here in Wuhan, where we haven't had a case in months. And we, as you can tell, we're just pretty much back to normal. Whew. I should explain, China still has its zero COVID tolerance policy. Basically, if there's any case anywhere, they swoop on down, shut down the neighborhood, lock everybody down, test everyone, make sure to the best of their ability that it can't spread. And they're in particular cracking down on, basically bus and train tourists. You often see a lot of elderly people just hopping on a bus, going somewhere. They spend a day, maybe they spend a weekend, and it's a very common thing to do in China. However, in COVID times, it's getting fraught with all kinds of, danger. Up in northern China, there's this tour group that got stranded in Inner Mongolia for like 2 weeks. Stranded. I say stranded. The government didn't allow them to travel back to their homes because they were in an area where they found some COVID positive patients. And we're talking, could be 20, 30, 50 a day. Not a lot. I mean, people who are watching this in Los Angeles, in other parts of America, You know, they're probably thinking, you shut down a whole area for 50 positives? But that's what countries like China, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, that's the way they're handling it. But that's why, you know, the people in Wuhan were in a tizzy over this guy a couple days ago. It seems like, okay, so one guy going on a tour of the Wuhan University campus. You know, it's not that bad. However, you know, can you imagine all the people who came in close contact with him who, if they trace them, now have to self-isolate for 2 weeks? Hi again. It's a couple days later, and I've been really busy the last few days, so I'm sorry I didn't get this video out. But it gave me a chance to think of how I could make it better. Ooh, my glasses are fogging up. Hold on. The guy on the train who was sitting next to another guy on the train who later was found to be COVID positive, his step-by-step whereabouts were chronicled and sent to everybody in Wuhan. And I think it's amazing. Just listen to this. I'm going to read some of this. Of course, it's the translation into English, so forgive the if there's any English errors. On October 29th, 2 people take G2036, that's the train, from Nanchang to Wuhan at 17:55. 3 cars, 18B, 18C. There was space contact with, and they have the name of this guy, Wu Zhoupeng, a positive case in Zhejiang, in the train car. Arrive at Wuhan railway station at 20:08. After leaving station, take a taxi, EAXN 326, that's the license plate, to the south gate of Wuhan University. Walk to Luonan Street, 7 Days Chain Hotel, 2332. To the famous Yang Rice Noodles on Guangba Road to eat supper, back to the hotel. And it goes on and on. And later, some of this is dictated by the guy. Quote, after dinner, I rode a shared bike around Wuhan University and took photos on Sakura Avenue. I'm actually right by Sakura Avenue, the cherry blossoms. On Sakura Avenue. I didn't wear a mask during the ride. Then to Wuhan University, that's the English. Then to Wuhan University is near the main gate of shopping. 1810 in the vicinity of the University of Wuhan Flying Pot Stickers shop to eat cake. 1858 in Liuzhou Screw Powder, which is another kind of noodle. Luoshi Road shop for dinner. After dinner, take subway line 2 to Guanggu Square in the street. Received a phone call, take line 2 to Guangbuton, 7 days chain hotel waiting for concentrated isolation. And it goes on. This is, all right, let me put this in context. Here we are in Wuhan, a city of 11 million people, and this is the goings on of one person who isn't even infected. And now, since it's about 4 days later, and there's been no new news, where, we can safely assume that he was not infected by sitting next to the guy on the train who was infected. And my family, who showed me, sent me around this text, my cousins and my aunts, they're all laughing about, wow, he must really be a foodie because he's going to all these places to eat. Oh, it's in a way hilarious, and in another way just shows how severe this zero COVID policy is. They're not messing around. And there's all these reports, of course, that there's going to be a next outbreak, a new outbreak during the winter time, like there usually is. And so, you know, everybody's just got their radar up, and everybody's really careful. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. I guess this is a good time to end the video then. I really want to thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And please press the like button. Share this video. Please share. Sharing is caring. And leave a comment below. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Till next time.